Okay, Karissa, can we please have a one-word? I'm trying to think of something we haven't done in past years, but
Good luck.
we've done like everything.
Yeah.
Let's do prom-themed prompt.
There you go.
Prompt.
Punch.
Punch. Man, I got rid of the punch sound effect because I put all the spooky ones on.
You put it in post. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I was waiting on you, man. You start the show.
I forgot how this works. I forgot.
We're recording so frequently. Forgot how to start the show.
It's hard to remember. I mean, it's hard to remember.
There we go. You ever been punched?
No. But I
Remember
know
when you
both of us
punched-
have punched the same person one time.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast. The spooky Overtalking Podcast, because it's October, which means it's spooky month. Yay! It's the most wonderful time of the October. And that means we're watching all horror movies all month long, of course. And let's just bring our guest right on because she's with us for pretty much every October. It's Karissa. Welcome back.
Hi, it's me. Thanks for having me.
Okay, guest is being introduced before I am. Very cool, Ken.
I forgot. I told you I forgot how this works.
You really did forget.
Remember, I'm actually the host of this show.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not
That's
sure
right.
why I haven't been invited on.
You did
recently.
replace me while I was out on parental leave.
That's exactly right.
So it's just the third host. And now for the second host, say hi, CJ.
Oh my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi, CJ.
Was it you?
No.
Oh, okay. It kind of sounded like
Do you
if
want
you
it to
had
be?
done it. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, okay. I was totally thrown off because I was doing my spooky / sexy voice. And yeah.
Both for
We have a
February
theme.
and October. The same voice.
That's right. It works for 2 different months. Look, every October, because we just don't do just normal things anymore, we have a theme for this month. And the prompt that I've given all of our guests to choose for horror movies is movies you weren't allowed to watch when you were younger. Mm-hmm. And whether or not that fully applies to people, we'll see. It probably varies from person to person. And I think we have one end of the spectrum here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am curious, and I kind of want to ask CJ up top,
Uh-oh.
what movies were you not allowed to watch growing up? I know you weren't a big horror person, but like, was there anything you remember thinking like, I wouldn't be allowed to watch that?
First of all, I want to backtrack to your comment about us doing a lot of theme months. Some say maybe we're bored of our own show. Who's to say? Anyway, so to answer the question. I don't remember any movies. I remember TV shows. We were not allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
And we were not allowed to watch Real Monsters.
Oh,
Probably too spooky.
too spooky.
And in hindsight, I sort of agree with the Ren and Stimpy one. That show is kind of fucked up.
That one's more for adults.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
One of those ones that they kind of like slipped into Cartoon Network of like, well, it's animation. Kids could watch animation. You're like, this is weird.
Yeah. No. You never wanted to watch a spooky horror movie stip with Brother Eric and watch something?
No, he didn't watch spooky stuff until he married our guest.
That's true. That's true. One of the first movies that I made Eric watch was a horror movie, and I think it was maybe the first horror movie that he'd like actually sat down and watched from start to finish, like full attention.
What was it? Do you remember?
It was The Shining.
Still never seen
I
it.
feel like we've talked about this before. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one. So I gave this prompt to Karissa, and she chose Carrie.
Cassie.
I did. Speaking of Stephen
Cassie.
King.
That's right. Yeah. So before we talk about Carrie in depth, let's talk about your background with horror movies. You've spoken on the podcast before that your parents
That you're
kinda
a
let
freak.
you watch.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I am a freak,
whatever.
and my parents did watch horror movies and encouraged me to watch them. Yeah, it was funny when you gave me this prompt because I had a really hard time at first thinking of something that I wasn't allowed to watch. I had friends who, and this isn't horror necessarily, but I had friends who, they had the parental controls on their TV and they weren't allowed to watch MTV and VH1 and these types of things.
Wow.
But those people would just come to my place and we would watch all of the good stuff. But no, my mom in particular, and my dad too, but both of my parents are horror movie people. And my mom really introduced me to my first horror movies as a kid. And there weren't really any that she said absolutely not. In fact, speaking of Cartoon Network, my mom loved Ren and Stimpy and loved Our Real Monsters. And I didn't. She loved it. She wanted us to watch it. And I was like, well, not too scary, but Cartoon Network is for boys, which I think we've also talked about on the podcast. So not for me, not because it wasn't scary, but because it was for boys specifically in my brain. But no, my mom introduced me to some of my very favorite horror movies, and Carrie was the only one that came to mind that I wasn't allowed to watch, and that was actually from my dad, if you want to hear the whole story.
Yeah,
We do.
why?
This is the whole thing.
So my dad, he's probably listening right now. Hi, Dad. He loves the show. Big fan.
What up?
Rad Dad Brad. He's listening. I have this distinct memory of going to Blockbuster, as one does as a child in the 90s and early 2000s. And we always would go to the horror section, obviously. So we go to the horror section, and my sister and I picked out Carrie. And, you know, we knew Stephen King from It. We loved the 4TV version of It. Very, very scary, but I loved it. So we said, oh, we know that guy. Let's get Carrie. So we get Carrie, and we take it home, and we start it. And right after... So I know we'll get into it here in just a moment, but I think my dad turned it off in the first 10 minutes, and he said, we're turning this off. We're not watching this. And not really because of anything too, well, it is horrific, but not scary in maybe a traditional way. I think there were just some conversations that he wasn't ready to have with us. So yeah, we'll get into all of that here in a little while, but that was why I wasn't allowed to watch Carrie.
Did you say how old you were?
Oh, I was probably 10 or 11.
Okay.
I think it was just a little too early for my dad to feel comfortable having some specific conversations about my body as a woman. So, yeah, we turned it off. And I actually didn't revisit this movie until college. I took a film class in college that was specifically focused on horror movies. And we watched Carrie, among some other things. And boy, is it a crazy movie, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about it, because it's just insane, and I'm so curious what you both think.
This is the realization I have talking to friends. I'm the only person who didn't take some sort of movie class in college, and I'm pissed.
Yeah, I also took a horror movie class.
Did you?
You definitely missed out.
Yeah.
We literally...
What the fuck was I doing?
The textbook for my class, which I actually have on my shelf right now, it was Men, Women, and Chainsaws, was the title of the textbook. And I was like, well, obviously I have to take this class if this is a textbook.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really fun stuff.
I don't think we had a textbook. I think it was just we watched movies and then we talk about them critically. It was boring.
Yeah. Do you remember what movies you watched in the class?
Yes, we watched Session 9. I remember that.
Okay.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a haunted asylum kind of movie. It stars the guy from CSI Miami. Someone Karissa. Yes,
Exactly.
That's the only one I remember so far. Do you remember the other ones that you watched in your class?
Yeah, we watched Carrie. We watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
And we watched I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, wow.
Great
Which
name.
is, it's a really intense rape revenge, which I would not recommend necessarily watching, but for academic, scholarly purposes, historical context, I think it was an important movie for us to see.
Dang. Nice.
Yeah.
I have a similar story about Carrie.
Yeah, tell me.
I can't remember if this is the first time I watched Carrie or not, but I distinctly remember putting on Carrie and watching it with my dad.
Oh my gosh.
And the first 10 minutes come on, and I'm maybe like, I don't know, in high school or something, and like super awkward, and there's all these naked girls, and suddenly there's menstruation, and I think I pieced out. I think I was like, I don't want to watch this with my dad right now.
That was me when I tried to watch Black Swan with my mother.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah. That scene, you know the scene.
Yeah, I
the
watched
scene
that with
comes
my
on.
sister.
Yeah,
So-
and I left the room. I said, "Nope, I won't be having this conversation today."
I was in the theater, so I couldn't leave for that
Oh
one.
no, that's
God.
so funny. See, CJ, you aren't you sad that you missed out on these really formative experiences with your
Yeah.
parents?
No.
God. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to talk about Carrie on the Overtalking Podcast.
It's the night of the senior prom. The Bates High School gym is alive with excitement. Everybody is there, even Carrie White, the girl no one likes.
We're all sorry about this incident, Cassie.
It's Carrie!
Everyone makes fun of her. The girl with the strange power.
If I concentrate hard enough, I can move things.
But tonight, no one will laugh at Carrie.
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast, the spooky Overtalking Podcast. And all month long, we're doing horror movies, so we're talking about Carrie with returning guest Karissa. And Karissa, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe, for someone who's not yet seen Carrie, what it's all about, even though everyone must know at least like what happens in Carrie. But
Ready, go.
Okay, we have a young witch. Ooh, spooky. She is a teenager, which is scary enough on its own, but she also happens to have a religious extremist mother who raised her in a house where she doesn't know much about the world or her body, as we find out. People are really mean to her until they're
5,
not, and then
4,
ultimately it
3,
still ends badly.
2,
I think
1.
that's about it.
Time. People are so mean.
People are
yeah,
so
very,
mean to
very
her.
mean to
Like this.
Cassie.
To Cassie, truly, there are a lot of scary things about this movie, but one of the scariest things about this movie is how mean these teenagers are to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are relentless. Oh my God. Okay, so I think we need to talk about the opening scene in more detail, unfortunately.
Yes. I think we do need to talk about the scene that is known fondly, or maybe not so fondly, as the plug it up scene.
Yeah.
Which,
so
yeah. Go ahead.
please, no, I would love for you to describe it. Actually, thank you.
Can I just ask why all the nudity? Why was any of that necessary?
Because
why
it was
it
the
in slow
70s.
It was in the
mo?
book. I
Because-
mean, in the 70s.
Because Stephen King
Is a freak.
We know he's a little freak. It was also the 70s, and in horror movies, which we did talk about in my class, not to get academic, but it's very male gazy. I do want to clarify for both of you who are men that is not how young women behave in a locker room together.
What are you talking? You
I'll
guys
tell
have
that
pillow
much.
fights all the time.
I refuse to hear that.
Just a bunch of young women, which, to be clear, they're supposed to be
In
teenagers.
high school, yes.
They are meant to be high
Oh,
school
so that's
students.
even creepier.
Yeah.
Just, playfully fighting in the nude in the locker room. And then we see Carrie showering in a very sensual way. Very reminiscent of the shower scene in Psycho. I hate to break the news to you boys, but that is not how young women shower. It is not that enjoyable. But in our opening scene of Carrie, we see Carrie for the first time, Carrie get her period. In the locker room, and it becomes pretty clear right away that she doesn't know what's happening, and she is really freaked out by the blood that she sees.
That's an
So much
understatement.
so, yes, that she really draws attention to herself, and the other girls start literally throwing pads and tampons at her and chanting "plug it up."
Yeah.
It is one of the most brutal bullying scenes that I can remember seeing in film. And ultimately, the gym teacher is like maybe Carrie's one advocate in the whole film.
Yeah.
And she steps in to try to help, but then she does slap Carrie in the face to snap her out of her little period-induced freak out.
She loves slapping children.
She slaps a lot of children in this
Calling
movie.
him a bitch.
But yeah, that's how the movie opens. And that was when my dad said, you know what? I don't know if we should be watching this.
This might not be the one. Yeah.
I think we're going to turn this one off today.
Yeah, I mean, it literally opens with that. It is a very graphic in multiple ways.
Yes.
Opening for a horror movie,
Yes.
and you really get thrown into it. It's probably the most intense part of the movie.
I
other than
agree.
The ending.
I agree with you. And I was curious, neither of you had seen this movie before, is that right?
I did revisit it. I've
Okay.
seen it a couple times.
Okay.
now.
Okay. So CJ, did you know that was coming?
The opening? No.
Yeah. What was your reaction?
Horrified.
Were you tempted to turn it off like my dad?
Had I not been chosen for the show, I
Yeah.
probably would have.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting.
It was just questioning of like, is any of this necessary? Do we need a full slow 10 minutes of just slowly panning across aisles of the locker room with naked, what I assume are 17, 18-year-olds?
Yep.
What did Emily walk into the room while you were watching that?
No.
You have to quickly change the channel or something.
It's for the pod.
I can
That's not-
explain.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
The only thing I knew about this movie going into it was that she gets pig blood dumped on her.
Okay. Yeah.
So part of me
That's-
is just like waiting for that moment to happen, which I know I'm jumping
Yes.
far ahead, but my God, did they draw that out
Oh
so
my
long.
God. I loved it. I loved the
I
suspense
love that part.
that they
Yeah.
build in that scene because you know what's coming and they drag it
long.
out for so long.
Too long.
Too
No,
long.
I think
No.
they do a good job. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
keep going with the rest of the movie. But
Yeah.
so all these girls get punished, right?
Mm-hmm.
And literally slapped around a little bit by the gym teacher.
Yep.
And as during the punishment, one of the girls is like, "I'm gonna get back at Carrie White for having nothing to do with this punishment other than they're being punished for already bullying her."
For being like the worst person to ever have lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, and this is where my memory of this movie diverged from what I actually saw this next time, but it's literally just the blonde girl who's planning this, right? It's not also the curly-haired girl whose boyfriend asks Carrie to the prom.
That's correct. I think that if there's one other advocate for Carrie, it is our curly-haired girl, and I should know her name. Is it Sue? Or is Sue the mean girl?
I have no idea. We're
Couldn't tell you.
immediately
Blonde and
introduced to
curly
like
hair,
20
please.
names.
Yeah. We don't know anyone's actual character names. So, yeah, we'll just go mean blonde girl who's dating John Travolta and curly-haired girl
Who's nice.
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 Yes. Yeah,
Nice girl.
Nice curly-haired girl. She was like, I think she was really Carrie's only other advocate in the movie. I think she felt bad about what had happened in the Plug It Up scene.
Yeah.
And she was trying to to make it up to Carrie, I think, for the rest of the movie.
I just remembered the blonde's name is Chris because she
Chris.
keeps saying "shut up, Chris" when they're being punished in gym. And she's like, you guys aren't on my side," and she just keeps going, "Shut up."
That's right.
And
That's
her,
right.
her boyfriend's name is Tommy, I think.
Yes.
Yes, Tommy.
Okay.
Tommy is the blonde guy.
The
who
blonde
also,
curly-haired guy.
Yeah,
All curly-haired.
I
Because
think
it's the 70s.
He obviously also has some sympathy for Carrie, and that sympathy grows, and he develops a fondness for Carrie as well.
Yeah, I swear to God, I've only so after walking out of watching it one time with my dad, I caught like parts of it on like AMC Fear Fest. So I had seen like the whole movie like cumulatively, but like not all at once.
Totally.
And I think a couple years ago, Meg and I finally sat down and watched it all the way through. But even then, I still, for some reason, didn't remember that. I always thought that they were in on it. That
No.
I thought they were. Like, I feel like the movie leads you to believe that. And then
Right?
I was genuinely like, oh, wait, they're both surprised by the prank. They
yes,
are good.
I didn't realize it
Oh,
until
okay.
the prank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the gym teacher is so suspicious of them and is like, okay, so just for
Right.
context, our curly-haired girl, she convinces her boyfriend, curly-haired boy, Tommy, to ask Carrie to the prom. And everybody who hears that this is about to happen thinks that it's a joke. They think that they are trying to trick Carrie. They're trying to embarrass her. And I think we have reason to believe that that could be true.
Yeah.
But even the gym teacher is questioning them. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And they genuinely are just trying to do something nice for Carrie. They're trying to get her involved, get her out of the house, make her feel included. But so few people do that everyone thinks it's a joke.
Yeah. Immediately suspicious.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And that's basically where the rest of the movie goes. It's just blonde mean girl convincing her John Travolta through a BJ to...
Oh, my God.
Which, by the way, I wrote down a quote from that scene. They're on a date, and she leans over to give John Travolta a BJ, and she's just, like, moaning, "I hate Carrie White." And he just looks down at her, and he's like, "Who?" And that's where the scene just ends right there.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
That whole car scene leading up to that, too, is just
Oh my
like,
God.
oh, my God. He keeps saying stuff, and then she keeps calling him a dumb shit. Or something like, or stupid shit. Like, stop being such a stupid shit. He's like, "I told you never to call me that."
And he
then,
slaps her in the face.
and then ends up hating her.
Yeah.
And then, it's this movie is a lot of slap fights going
Yes.
on, but also very rough. A lot of
Yes.
violence.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
drunk driving. Well, he's maybe not drunk driving, but he is driving while drinking a beer.
Yeah.
And did you notice that when the cop pulled up next to him, he spilled it all over himself? So he's just like, his whole face is covered in beer for the rest of that scene.
It's like wet. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot that John Travolta was in this. It's so funny. And he is not a likable character.
No.
No,
He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still oozes charisma.
Of course.
Because he's John Travolta. He's the one that where they go to collect the pig's blood. He bludgeons a pig to death.
Yeah, he literally slaughters a pig
Yeah.
to collect the blood to dump on Carrie at prom.
Yeah.
It's insane. But we haven't even talked about her mom.
It was also insane.
No, we have not.
So one of my very favorite scary movies is The Witch. And people will ask me, why is that your favorite movie? And it's because the scariest part of that movie is the religious extremism. Like, the scariest part of that movie is how God-fearing these people are. And it's kind of the same in this scenario. The scariest part of this movie is Carrie's mom, who is like, literally, she sees women being, of course, descendants of Eve, who was the very first sinner. And if you're a woman, you must also be a sinner, and the devil is in you, and you got to get it out, which is why she doesn't want Carrie to grow up. She never told Carrie that she was going to start her period, because if Carrie becomes a woman, that means the devil's in her. Really upsetting stuff. Really, really, really upsetting.
Yeah, brutal ideas. I mean, all that straight from the book. And
Yes.
Stephen King sure has a fucked up mind.
Yes, yeah.
This guy's a freak.
Well, we already knew that.
Yeah, and so she like beats her and
Yeah.
locks her in like a prayer closet
Yep.
thing that she's devised.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
she lives in the attic, and I don't know. It's really
Yeah.
weird and awful. And
I was so proud of Carrie, though, because she really does fight back against her mom.
Yeah.
And she really kind of develops this backbone over the course of the movie and just starts defying her mom, and then ultimately starts using her powers on her mom, which we also haven't really talked about.
Yeah. She has witch powers or telekinesis, basically.
Yep.
And so her mom she's like, "I'm going to prom. You can't stop me." And the mom is freaking out. And so she continuously uses her powers to like throw the mom on her bed and be like, "Sit down." And then she gets up and freaks out again. And then she says, "Sit down again." And then like, "I'm going."
It's wild.
Yeah. We get a glimpse of the powers in that first 10-minute scene when she's in the shower. She breaks a light bulb when she's like freaking out. But yeah, that's our little like hint of like, that was weird.
and she flips an ashtray in the next scene too. So
Oh my God, yeah. The gym teacher and the principal smoking cigarettes in the principal's office in their little like booty shorts. That was really funny.
We're at the 70s, great folks.
That's the scene where the principal repeatedly calls her Cassie.
Cassie.
Even though he's been corrected
Yeah.
to his face
Yeah.
like 3 times in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty
it's
funny. I
good
like that part.
stuff. Yeah.
it's good.
And then we get to prom.
Right. Yes. So they've rigged the ballots so that Tommy and Carrie win prom king and queen. And I certainly hope you all know what happens when they get up on stage and then the pig's blood is dumped on Carrie.
They get up on stage, and then 20 minutes goes by, and
Yes.
then they finally dump the bucket of blood.
Yes, you see our kind of friend of Carrie, or friend adjacent role of Carrie, kind of sneak in because she's not supposed to be there because apparently you're not allowed at prom without a date. And since
I wrote that down. That's so insane.
That's
You're not
insane.
allowed to
Yeah,
go if you
that's
don't have a
insane.
date. That's so mean.
So crazy. Might we say homophobic? But she's not allowed to be there because her boyfriend is taking Carrie to the prom and kissing her on the mouth at prom. Interesting.
Yeah.
But you see her kind of sneak in, all in slow motion. And then we watch her scan the entire length of the rope that's holding the bucket, which takes 10 minutes. And then you see the gym teacher also in slow motion, see her see the rope. And after 15 minutes, finally, John Travolta and his girlfriend, Chris, pull on that rope and dump the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only at that moment that I realized that I don't know. I'm almost wondering if like you were led to believe like you don't know if they're in on it or
I
not.
think so. I think it's supposed to be
Until that moment?
ambiguous. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did kind of chuckle, though, then, like, Tommy legitimately doesn't know this is going to happen, so he's standing next to Carrie on stage and is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then the bucket falls and hits him on the head.
And presumably kills
Like,
him.
knocks him out.
Yeah.
He does not wake up for the
Yeah, he
rest
does
of
not
the
get up
movie.
over
We
that,
don't
yeah.
see him again.
I mean, the whole gym burns down, so
Oh my
I
God.
would assume.
This final scene is so bonkers. It is so off the wall because all of
It's
a
so
sudden
cool.
it's so cool. And Ken, I hate to say this, but I did already see your Letterboxd review.
Okay.
And I think the way that you described it is perfect. It's just like so stylistic and it's so good.
Yeah.
She, with her telekinesis, shatters all of the light bulbs except for presumably like the exit signs. So the room is glowing red. People are running and screaming, trampling each other. And Carrie is looking around the room, somehow setting fires.
Well, she uses the fire hose
Oh,
and starts
right.
spraying everybody, which
Yeah.
then electrocutes people,
That's
which then
right.
set on fire because there's a band on
right.
stage with
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
audio
yeah.
equipment.
Yeah.
Which that part was also pretty funny. Like two
So
guys
funny.
grabbing the mic at the same time and just like shaking like
Yeah.
they're being electrocuted. And then sets on fire
Yeah.
from that.
But honestly, my favorite part of it is the fact that they basically put in real time two different views
Yep.
of what's going on screen at
Yep.
the same time. And so you see like the gym teacher getting like crushed to death
Yep.
at the same time as you see like Carrie on stage or like someone else running, and it like jumps between two views, and maybe you'll get one view for a little bit and then you're back to two. And I just really liked like the two dual vision kind of thing, and it was really cool.
It's really good.
This is going to be very horror nerdy of me, but there was another movie, and I can't remember the name of it anymore, but it was an older movie. And the entire movie was like that, where you saw two like different camera views. The entire movie would like follow, like sometimes they would meet up and it'd be two different camera views, and then like it would move on, and then you would follow like one character as they go this way and the other one as they go that way. And
That's very cool.
yeah, I saw it at the Music Box of Horrors, but I can't remember what it was called. It was like Double Vision or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, they do this in Carrie, and that's, I think, specifically what I was referring to in my Letterboxd review was just like everything's red. You get some really cool like editing choices.
Yep.
And it's all in slow mo, and I love it.
Yeah.
We're so used to like CGI goop these days.
Yes.
Where I'm like, oh, that's a legit fire going on in this room. Like they
Literally.
just started a real fire indoors
Yeah.
Yep.
and are like, yep, that's what the scene calls for. We're just going to actually use fire.
Yep.
And the main actress is going to be like 20 feet from it as everything's set ablaze.
I love her demeanor in this scene where like people are running and screaming, getting trampled, getting, crushed to death or whatever. Exactly, Ken. And she's just still
weird hands
yes,
out
she's still
thing.
just standing in this awkward position on stage and moving really slowly through the space. Like, she knows that she's not in danger. Like, she's in control for the first time ever. She's in control.
Yeah. Oh, I want to. The next part is also one of my favorites.
Where she's walking down the road?
She's walking home,
Yep.
and then John Travolta and the mean blonde Chris were the only two to escape. Like, as soon as they pull the bucket, they get out of there. But they're watching through a window at the horrors that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, the actual people escaped. Like, that's not cool. She wants to punish them. Sees they're about to like run her over in the car, and she just flips the car over
Oh my
and
God.
it explodes.
She looks at it, and it takes like 4 tumbles and
Yeah.
bursts into flame.
Yeah. I was like, hell yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Still got the revenge. Nice.
Yep, absolutely.
Did you guys catch that the letterbox like turns with the car as it flips over?
No,
It's really strange.
I didn't
but
see that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
very odd. There's some other. Well, let's finish the movie.
Yeah.
There was one other scene I wanted to talk about. But yeah, so after that, she goes back and her mom tries to kill her.
Literally, with a knife.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And then she ends up crucifixing her mom.
Yep. Yep.
Which all the knives match the little Jesus statue in her
Yep.
little
Yes.
prayer room, which
Yep.
I thought was cool.
That's exactly right.
And then the whole house sinks into hell.
That was my other
Yeah.
note. That was super cool. I
Yeah.
did like that the house just sunk into the ground.
Just all.
I'm sure
yeah.
that was in the book, but like it doesn't really make a whole lot of
It
sense.
makes
here.
no sense. It's not
I loved
even. It's not even like it burns down. It's like it falls into hell.
It like implodes on itself.
Yeah.
It like comes in. Yeah.
It's
like
very,
being
very
sucked
strange.
into itself.
And I think, apart from like the telekinesis, the movie is grounded in some kind of reality for the entire movie until this moment. And then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, the house is just
Yeah.
going to sink into hell. Interesting choice. Because I didn't expect Carrie to die. I was like, well, she saved herself. She killed her mom. She killed her bullies. Like, she's good. And then she just like goes down with the ship. She's like, yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't really understand why the house starts to fall apart, unless that's like Carrie freaking out about what she's done, kind of thing, some weird crisis. But
I don't know. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
but I
yeah.
thought the shot was cool. The exterior shot of the house sinking to the ground, I thought. Was
Oh
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah. And in this case, it literally does just burst into flame. Well, that's not true. For some reason, the mom had lit a bunch of candles in the house before she for her murder attempt of her daughter. So I imagine that had something to do with the house fire. But
Wild.
it is
And
wild.
then the final thing is just curly haired girl goes back to the site of where the house was, and the
Mm-hmm.
for sale sign is in the shape of a cross and says, "Here lies Carrie White."
No, it actually says Carrie White burns in hell.
That's right. Yes, that's it.
I had totally forgotten
good.
about this scene. And when she's walking up to the cross, I'm like, oh, I remember something weird happens here. And I was imagining in my head that she also like sinks into hell somehow. It's cheesy. It's cheesier than that. A little hand
It's a
reaches
Friday
up.
13th ending.
Literally,
Yeah.
a Friday the 13th. Literally, exactly right. A bloody hand reaches up from the ashes and pulls her. And it's revealed that it's a dream, or is it? Right? It's
Yeah.
kind of a silly ending.
Or actually, wait, when did this come out?
76.
No. Okay, this was before Friday the 13th. So
Well,
never mind.
Friday the 13th ripped this off then.
That's right. Yeah. Interesting. So the other thing I wanted to bring up, so like this movie has some like comedic value to it.
It
Like we've already
does.
talked about a couple of times that are pretty funny. There's a whole scene where the guys go to like prom tux shopping, and it's just so bizarre.
did
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
Part of it's like them bantering, and then like it's sped up.
That part was weird.
And then like there's like different punchlines and things, and I don't
Yeah.
know, it's just a strange choice, but I still found it funny. I don't know, it was good.
The
Yeah.
sped up part, I was like, did my copy like shit out on it or something? Like, was that intentional?
That's funny.
Very strange.
Yeah.
No, the whole thing had, I mean, it's a serious film, but there are some really funny parts. And I hate to say it, but everyone getting slapped is really funny to me.
It is really funny.
There
yeah.
were so many slaps in this movie. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, it really was the 70s or something, huh? Like,
Yeah.
you're just...
If I if I in person in high school saw a gym teacher slap one of my classmates, I would be horrified.
That person would lose their job and probably go to prison.
But watching it in the movie, it is funny.
It is funny. It is funny. I didn't laugh when John Travolta slapped his girlfriend, though. That wasn't funny.
That was
but
not
for some
funny.
reason, the gym
He's a
teacher
dickhead.
slapping the teenagers was funny.
Yeah.
No, and I did laugh a lot at the end. Like, it's just such a crazy ending. And, like, I don't know if this is recency bias, but the only thing I can compare the ending to is the ending of The Substance, where it's not a literal fire hose, but it's as if there's a fire hose of blood. And it's just crazy and over the top in that kind of way, where you're just like,
And
yeah,
they're on stage.
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
I see it.
It's like the whole movie is kind of at a 7 out of 10, and then the end scene kind of goes to like a 15 out of 10. It's just crazy, but I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
CJ, The Substance?
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
I loved that one.
Sure. Okay, it's time for us to move on to... Hey, did you know that? That's right. For new listeners, this is the trivia portion of our show where we pit our spooky guests and CJ head-to-head to see who knows the most about what we watched. Karissa, CJ, are you two ready?
Ready.
All right, I thought of a couple more questions actually as we were talking, so we're going to start out with those. Carrie came out in 1976, the movie. When was the Stephen King novel released?
Oh, boy.
Closest gets the point.
I'm going to say 1970.
I was going to say 71. A couple of years.
1974, only 2
Whoa.
years earlier.
Whoa.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really have any point of reference for knowing, but that is surprising to me.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That's a very quick to
That
immediately
is. That's a
go
quick
into
turnaround.
production.
Do we know if the story in the film is true to the book?
I don't. I've never
don't.
read the book.
No, me either.
Yeah, something in trivia will answer at least part of it.
Okay,
but
cool.
I assume, some of the stuff definitely seems like it's very novel based, like the ending.
Totally,
like,
yeah.
That's Sinking into Hell.
Yeah.
That's a Stephen King ending, and that's a very.
That's
strange
exactly
thing
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this movie has a sequel.
What?
I don't think I can come up with this on the fly, unfortunately. Do either of you know the title of the sequel?
Carrie 2.
Reloaded.
Carrie Reloaded. No,
Carrie
I don't
Reloaded?
know. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, neither of you. Okay, perfect. Well, it's The Rage: Carrie 2.
Oh.
So you got part of it.
Okay, well, I get a half a point.
Carrie 2 is after the title?
Yeah, odd, right?
That's interesting.
In what year did that come out?
84.
79.
Chris is closer. Not until 1999.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
I've never seen this, but I am curious how
Yeah.
Carrie 2, because Carrie dead.
Yeah, Carrie,
So-
as we know, Carrie is burning in hell.
Yeah.
Okay, its plot follows Rachel Lang, the younger half-sister of Carrie White,
Oh, come on.
who also is suffering from telekinesis.
Of course,
Okay, great.
of course.
So not related really at all. To
I
the
mean,
first
literally
movie.
related to her half-sister.
Well, I meant the movie, but the movie's relationship to each
Sure.
other.
No, yeah, I'm sure it's awful too.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
oh, yeah.
Okay, next question. This is true or false. In Carrie, the material used for pig's blood in the prom scene was actual pig's blood.
False.
I'm going to say true just for fun.
Yeah, it's false.
Yeah, well,
It's too thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Caro syrup
That makes
and
sense.
food coloring.
Very
I feel like even in the 70s, you wouldn't be able to get away with using real pig's
No.
blood on set, but
Yeah.
yeah.
God. Next question. In the locker room scene in
No.
which Carrie panics after getting
Let's
the
call
first
it what by its proper name, the plug it up scene.
The plug it up scene. Okay. In the plug it up scene, Sissy Spacek was given what thing to imagine to help her live up to that experience and emote the way that the director wanted her to.
Oh.
Was it A, a car being crushed? Being crushed by a car. B, being hit by a truck. C, drowning. Or D, falling from a great height.
I'm going to say C.
D, falling.
Neither are correct. Being hit by a truck, apparently, is what she was envisioning when she was screaming like that. I don't see it because that seems like a very sudden thing.
Yeah, I feel like if you're hit by a truck, you're not running
it.
around saying, help me,
Yeah.
help me.
The running
Right?
around part is what I
Yeah.
was like, how?
Maybe
what?
like clipped by a truck, maybe? I don't know.
That's interesting.
It's odd. All right, next question. How many weeks did it take to shoot the iconic prom scene?
How many weeks?
Yes.
2.
3.
C is correct.
Wow. Good work.
Which was longer than I would have thought, but I guess that is
Same.
kind of a long scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
with
those
a lot
different
of-
camera shots.
especially the ending stuff with all the different things happening.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. True or false? Stephen King had personal involvement on the Carrie set.
I'll say true.
False.
It's true.
Cool.
He gave one of the actresses a ring to wear throughout the film, but not Carrie. I don't know why. It's a weird trivia question.
Says the man who wrote the trivia questions.
Extensively researched.
Yeah. What was the budget for Carrie?
Oh,
In
God.
1970s money?
Yes.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
have no
truly
frame
have
of
no
reference.
idea.
I'm going to say it's going to be way off. I'm going to say $10 million.
Okay.
Yeah, my mind was like, it's probably at least $1 million because movies are expensive. Man, I have no. They flipped a car. That's got to be expensive.
They burned down 2 buildings.
Yeah, the house, $15 million.
All right. Karissa is closer. It was only $1.8 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, in the 70s, I guess.
Right. How much did it gross domestically at the box office?
Okay, 1.5 you said was the budget?
1.8 is
1.8
what the budget
is the
was.
budget. Okay, I'm going to say it grossed 20 million.
Okay.
12.
Chris is closer again. $33.8 million.
Wow.
Jesus.
I think we can call that a success.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can call it a success.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a success.
By the way, I did it wrong. 1.8, not 18 million. I was going to calculate what that money is worth today, which is $10 million.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
1.8 million in 1975 is worth 10.8 million. Today.
What's 33.8 million?
203 million.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
Big success.
That's
Wow.
a lot of money.
Okay.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yep.
How does gross domestic box office work? Because that seems like too much money for back then, actually. Does it include like re-releases and stuff? Like, because this is a big movie that
Oh.
I'm sure has been shown multiple times.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No clue.
Weird. All right, next question. This is multiple choice. What was the original plan for Margaret White's death, the mom, before they changed it? Was it A, she would drown in a flooding house? B, she would die of a heart attack? C, Carrie would stop her beating heart? Or D, she would be thrown down a staircase and die?
I'm going to
D.
say, oh, that's what I was going to say.
This is the logical choice.
D. Okay, I'm going to say B.
D and B? No, sorry. Carrie would stop her beating heart, which is what happens in the novel. Apparently.
Oh,
That's
okay.
intense.
Yeah.
That is intense. I knew that the endings were different, but I didn't know what the book ending was.
Brutal.
I like this one better. Like
Yeah.
the being crucified thing.
Yeah.
Is,
yeah.
I think it's really
Better.
Yeah, it's on topic, but it's also like a visual callback to earlier in the film, which I think is really effective.
Yeah, I think it's great. We see that, and then she goes in the room, and we see the Jesus statue that has the exact same like wounds.
Yeah.
that the knives went in.
Yeah,
That's
and-
a perfect like yeah.
Yeah, and we see they like do the filmmakers like really zoom in on the eyes, on Jesus's eyes in that shot, and then
Which
when
are
she's
weird looking.
crucified, they do kind of the same like shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really effective.
All right. True or false? The hand that pops out from the sunken house gravesite thing is actually Sissy Spacek's hand.
True.
False.
True.
Woohoo!
Yep, she insisted on doing it.
Dang.
Doing it all.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, she did all her own nudity scenes. She
Wow.
wanted to be in part of every single part of it. So
And she's
kinda
fantastic.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
She's so good.
Incredible. Next question is multiple choice. What did Sissy Spacek allegedly do to her appearance for the audition in order to seem more like the character Carrie White from the book? Did she A, wear heavy makeup to look older? B, styled her hair in an elaborate hairdo? C, left her face unwashed and rubbed Vaseline in her hair? Or D, wore glasses and fake braces to appear younger?
C.
I was also going to say C.
Yeah, C's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks...
She also put on an old sailor dress with the hem cut off to look like more poor. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's looking rough at the beginning of the movie. She comes full circle and is a beautiful princess at the end. But yeah, she's not looking so good in those early scenes.
No. All right. Well, believe it or not, it's tied up. So
Oh my gosh,
this is the
CJ.
final question. I'll let you guys choose. Do you want to do the full Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score? Do you want to do the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes? Or do you want to do the Letterboxd average score?
I liked Letterboxd.
Sure, let's do
I
Letterboxd.
feel like it's more unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So on the count of 3, I want you both to say what your guess is for what the average score on Letterboxd is.
Out of 5.
This is just normal out of 5 to 1 decimal point. This is just everyday Joe Schmo's rating from their armchair like me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
3.9.
4.0. Oh,
What'd you say, Siege?
4.0.
4.0 and 3.9?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Karissa, you just eked it out as 3.8.
Oh my
Congratulations.
gosh. I've done it. Congratulations, me. Congratulations to you also, CJ. You were very close.
Thank you.
I'm just going to tell you, Rotten Tomatoes was 94%.
Oh,
And
wow.
audience score on there was 77%.
Yeah, that tracks.
So
Okay.
it's a well-liked movie.
Yep.
But I think it's time for our ratings.
You've heard us debating, we know you've been waiting, so now it's time to hear our ratings.
Karissa, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Carrie for you?
Do I have to do the sexy voice?
Spooky voice. It's October.
Spooky.
That's
and-
February.
Sure, please.
For me? No, it's even better than I remembered. I remembered really loving this movie and watching it again. I literally watched it hours ago today. I was shocked by how much I enjoyed it. So this gets a 9 out of 10 for me. I think it's exceptional.
Whoa.
I think it would get a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for all of the slapping and some of the bullying that is particularly egregious. But no, this is a fantastic movie. To me, 9 out of 10.
Dang.
Nice. Siege, I'm curious what yours is for this movie.
Interesting. Karissa, because I happened to catch your old Letterboxd score.
I know.
You are absolutely allowed to change your mind on things.
Thank
but
you.
I think your original viewing was more in line with what I thought.
Yes.
This is a good movie. I enjoyed many parts of it. The opening scene is far too long and unnecessary. And I thought the pig's bug scene was also way, 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 way too long. Especially when that was the one thing I knew about the movie. I was kind of like, okay, get to the thing that I know is going to happen. I want to actually see it.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty good. 70s movies are nuts, but in a fun way. Yeah, like 7, I guess.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be totally transparent, my earlier Letterboxd score was a 3 out of 5, and I did update it to a 4 out of 5 upon this viewing. So
Yeah.
Okay. Which would be an 8.
yeah, but I'm gonna give it that extra bump. It gets a 9.
We'll let you do
Thank
it.
you.
All right.
Ken.
Well, for me, I am going to stick with what I put on Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what I had from my previous viewing as well. Yeah, I think it's an 8 for me. Like that's very solid though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a very solid movie. It's just, the opening scene's uncomfortable, not just for the periodness, but like
The
they're-
nudity?
Like yes, because they're supposed to be in high
Yeah,
school. Like,
yeah.
it's so awkward,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. The pacing is a little slow. Not the final scene though. I like how slow that final scene is,
too.
but getting to that point, it's kind of drawn out, but it's good. I mean, it's still a very well done movie, a good mix of horror and comedy, and it's something they show in AMC Fear Fest every single year. So it's a bona fide classic. It's such a good movie. But yeah, just an 8 for me. Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's really good. I'll take it.
I just remembered before we wrap up that there were a couple of side characters who I definitely recognized from other movies.
Really?
Sure did.
One was PJ Souls. She's the one with the hat and the pigtails.
Sure.
She's in Halloween. She's one of the other
Oh, no
babysitters
way.
who gets killed. Yeah. I think she's also in The Fog. She was in a lot of John Carpenter movies.
Okay. Yeah, she's really like codified in this movie as like the gay one. And like they never come out and say that, but they really like represent her that way. And I think it's so funny that like we have this character who even to prom like wears her ball cap. I think that's really funny.
I did think that was funny that she's wearing
yeah.
her ball cap.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I don't know her name, but it's the principal's assistant from Ferris Bueller
Yes.
who looks exactly the same.
Yes,
Edie
totally.
McClurg.
Yeah.
Same glasses, same hairdo.
Yep.
He's a righteous dude.
That's
Grace
so funny.
From
Wild.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. Was there anyone else, Siege, or was that the one?
That was the one. I was
Yeah.
like, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I know you.
That's funny.
Yes.
I mean, and John Travolta.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, that's everything I had to talk about this. So thank you for coming on, Karissa, and for
Yeah.
choosing Carrie and sharing your story of why you were not allowed to finish it. And do you have anything you want to plug at the end here?
Well, what do I have to plug? Well, I do have words of wisdom. Is that allowed?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so words of wisdom, watch Carrie. But otherwise, you can find me on Instagram. You know where to find me. I'll be promoting my yoga classes. So if you want to come in and get your stretch on, follow me on Instagram. I have not, even though every time I'm on the podcast, I've talked about reviving Horror Corner. Haven't done that yet. But maybe someday. Someday I will. If anything, at the end of the year, I'll do my end of year roundup. So stay tuned for that.
We got to get that percentage of action movies up. Last time it was
well,
like 2%. We got to
After
get that up.
after
John Wick.
after John Lie, it really
Yeah.
might be up there.
Up to 3%?
Yeah, up to 3%. But no, if you're listening to this, you already know that you better be listening to the Overtalking podcast. That's my last plug.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you again for being on here. CJ, what do we have to plug ourselves?
You can follow us on all of the things at Overtalking Pod. Call or text us at USACat1591. Email us at overtalkingpod@gmail.com or go to our very real website, overtalkingpod.party.
And stick around to the very end of the episode to hear what we're covering next week. But I'll be nice. I'll just tell you. We're having returning guest Alex Vasquez on, and we're talking about Audition. Karissa, have you seen Audition?
I don't think I have seen Audition. I'll have to watch it.
Okay.
It's a Japanese
on
movie.
Okay.
It's available.
It's available to me. Okay. I'll find it. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's a Japanese movie. CJ, have you watched it yet?
Nope.
Very excited to talk about it next week. But yeah, oh no, they're here.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
They sound different.
They sure do. Yeah, they're trailing pig's blood all over my floor. It's the Overtalking Overlords. Yep. They're here to remind me to remind you, if you'd like to show, please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and rate and review where applicable. Reviews would help people find this podcast. Also, we spend no money in advertising, so if you'd like to show, please tell a friend and spread the word. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as we always say at the end of every single episode, I hate Carrie White.
I hate Carrie White. That's good.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode of the Overtalking Podcast was produced by Ken and CJ, edited by CJ. The special guest this week was Karissa. Be sure to rate and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Tune in next time to hear the boys continue Spooky Month with Alex Vasquez to talk about Audition. See you next week.